Episode 21 of the Redmont Rangers Road to Glory career mode here on EAFC 24, and today we have a semi-final to play. Beat Barnsley in the quarterfinals, 3-1, and that put us through to the semi-final matchup against Bristol Rovers. Portsmouth versus Oxford is the other matchup to see who will play in the EFL Trophy final at Wembley. So hopefully we can come away with a win here. Two other games to play in this episode, but they will be quick simmed. So that will be Accrington Stanley at home. We do still need that clean sheet objective, so fingers crossed we can get a clean sheet in that one. The result really isn't too important. It's the clean sheet that's even more important than the result, and then we will sim this game against Walsall as well. Quick look at the starting 11 before we begin the game. So it is pretty much the standard 11. We've got Dalton, Taylor, Hutton, Stanley and Bevan at the back, Anderson and Ford in midfield, and then Eli Just and Noah Burgess supporting Jake Dale up front. Only the 5 substitutes today: Bullock, Francis, Gibbs and Lancaster. Hodgson the goalkeeper, unlikely to play a role though. So we're going to jump straight into that game against Bristol Rovers. Quick look at their pre-match report shows they're going to play a 4-2-3-1 wide. A couple of key players there, and they've won 4 out of their last 5 games. They are a League One side, so a bit of a step up in competition. 70 attack. That's the first time that we've seen a team with stats in or at least 70 so far in our franchise mode, in our career mode rather. They're going to counter attack. They are going to be organised and disciplined when out of possession and sit patiently, waiting for the right moment. And then they're going to spring forwards with passes in behind opposition defences. So, strong 5 at the back, I think, is the right setup. We'll go to the press conference before the game.
Okay, thank you for your patience. We'll start taking questions now.
I have changed the difficulty and the sliders for this particular matchup. So we've gone up to legendary difficulty. We're on world class before. And I've changed a few sliders just to get a bit of additional balance on the higher difficulty, but it should be more of a challenge. Games should be more tightly contested than they have been previously. A little bit less space, tighter marking, that kind of thing.
Okay guys, we'll be wrapping up now. Thank you for attending.
So we'll see how that plays out in this first game. So first game with the increased difficulty and against a team from a league one step above ours. So it should be a really challenging game. We will just need to change our kit. And I think we'll go with our home kit. Doesn't clash at all with their home, whereas our away one does. And let's see what we can do.
Our camera lens trained on one man.
Scott Sinclair, interesting.
Stay with us on EA TV.
Should be a good challenge, should be a good benchmark, a good test. Since League One is the league that we're going to be in next season. Not sure it's guaranteed at this point mathematically, but it's all but mathematically guaranteed. And it might be mathematically guaranteed, to be fair. I haven't done the maths, but I believe we are 19 points ahead of 4th place. And I think we maybe have 12 games left. So certainly not mathematically guaranteed. But our chances of slipping down to the playoffs at this stage are extremely low.
And here's the starting 11 for Rangers.
Well, in this 4-5-1 shape, it will be interesting to see.
You can already see space is a little bit more difficult to find. Players are closed down quicker. I think there's going to be space in behind those fullbacks though for Eli Just and Noah Burgess. I think we're just going to have to be patient and make sure that we execute that kind of pass properly.
So what should we expect to see from him in this game, Stuart?
Well, he's their leading goal scorer because his space awareness in tight areas.
Scott Sinclair, the leading goal scorer for Bristol Rovers.
And I'm not sure you can teach that.
Jake Dale, our leading goal scorer and the leading goal scorer in League 2. This isn't a League 2 match, of course. And already we're 1-0 down. That's really awful defending. Terrible defending in the penalty area. Just one-on-one beaten. And already Rangers find themselves 1-0 down in the semi-final. Stanley too easily beaten. Hutton not active enough. Oh, and it's actually hit Elliot Willis. He almost did well to save that, blocking the ball with his legs, but rather than rebounding off him for a throw, it's just kind of bounced off his knee and up into the roof of the net. So decent effort from the goalkeeper, and maybe unfortunate to concede there. That's a really poor ball. Just looking for Jake Dale in behind. Just wanted to drop it just beyond that back line. Now Burgess has got some space to run for the first time. Didn't make too much of it though. Looks like Anderson's picked up a knock as well. We'll see if he can run that off.
Well, let's get more details on the injury situation from our pitchside reporter, Jeff Streets.
From down here, it looks as though he landed actually on top of his elbow. That's why he's in so much discomfort, and that's why, of course, the bench are so concerned.
Cheers, Jeff.
Bench apparently are concerned. It's just his elbow though, so I'm not sure if their concern is justified.
Couldn't keep it. Luke Thomas.
Good challenge from Taylor, but Bristol Rovers first to the second ball. Blocked from Dalton, and I was going to say he just lets the ball fall to the Bristol Rovers player there. I was trying to play the ball, but the reason I couldn't was because it was a free kick.
Anderson. Bevan.
Definitely very aggressive in the press now on Legendary rather than world class, and he could just be offside there, Eli Justin. He is. Couldn't have been too much in it. And there really wasn't. Some might even say he was level. Nearly 20 minutes gone in the game, and it's been pretty uneventful so far. That chance for Bristol Rovers really being the only event of note in the game.
Scott Sinclair.
Bristol Rovers could carve out another one here though, but Harrison Stanley first with the ball. Sam Ford will work it over,
Maybe to use their counter-attacking ability.
and Dalton will be able to come away with the ball. Eli just making a run inside and has the step on the fullback. Centre back comes across to help out though.
Chance to play it in.
If Eli just can stay on side here, which he can,
Works for the equaliser, but definitely not forcing it.
and he manages to shape across, but it's blocked. And I was going to say out for a corner, but out for a free kick apparently instead.
And he
That just puts it into Noah Burgess, who can't win the header. Harrison Stanley works it wide to Just again in good space. Sam Ford drives into the penalty area, but is shut out by the Bristol Rovers defender. See if Rangers can continue with the pressure that they have managed to sustain here, and they can't.
They've given it away. Ryan Woods. Aaron Collins.
So it looks like Brandon Anderson has run off that knock now, so
Jordan Ross.
he will continue the game in centre midfield, and he'll win the ball back for Rangers there. And if Sam Ford can just split those defenders which he did, but Eli just was unable to find him.
And Gordon now. It's with Taylor.
Oh, it's a nice little reverse pass. Very little support for the Bristol Rovers striker though.
They're on the scent of something positive. So they had attacking momentum.
Very scrappy game so far.
Might be a chance to break.
But Redmont Rangers have worked to counter-attack here. Bristol Rovers are the counter-attacking team. And Jake Dale has to put it away, and he does. The keeper does well to save Eli Just's initial effort. But Jake Dale was first there for the rebound. And Bristol Rovers down as the counter-attacking team. But it's Redmont Rangers who equalise with a counter-attack of their own.
Well, as you can see, the first save is a good one. They can't react quickly enough to the second ball.
Just hits it straight at the keeper, really. But Jake Dale, as he so often is, in the right place at the right time.
Well, they needed that, and so did he. Just look at the manager's relief
And
there.
the semi-final is level again. 1-1.
So a level contest, 1-1. And Gordon now.
Oh, and that's nicely worked as well. I don't think Sam Ford is going to have the pace to get onto that, and he didn't, but there was space down that right-hand side again for a moment. And the left-back's got some real pace. It might be worth actually switching Eli Just to the left-hand side and trying him against the right-back. Oh, it's a fantastic finish. Rangers find themselves 2-1 down, half an hour into the game. Again, the defending in the penalty area fairly poor. But it is just a very good finish from the Bristol Rovers striker.
As you can see, you can't place it better than that, can you?
Aidan Hutton comes across to block the shot, but he just curls it round the right side of him. Hutton gambles that it's going to go near post, and he doesn't. Elliot Willis left unsighted, and really very little he could do about that.
Rangers restarting the game. A wake-up call for them, perhaps. They come up with a response. Bevan.
Oh, it's a dangerous challenge from the fullback. Burgess manages to continue. Crosses for Jake Dale, but it's cleared. Don't imagine the referee will be coming back and issuing a yellow card, but there's a chance that he might. It's a really heavy touch from Sam Ford. And that just allows the Bristol Rovers defender to recover.
Scott Sinclair. Thomas. Jordan Rossiter. Robbins has it.
And the left back has gambled there, and he's failed to come away with the ball. But again, the centre back is there to cover. Thought we might be in there with Eli Just. Dalton did well to turn his man and then find Just with that ball down the line.
Tremendously strong in the tackle.
And we'll try it again here. Eli Just has again got the step on his man. The 17 has come across again. Sam Ford is inside there if Just can find him, which he can. Oh, and that's a terrible challenge. That's got to be a yellow card at the very least. And it is. We'll just switch, I think, Eli Just to this left-hand side.
And it's yellow.
Yeah, it's clumsy and it's late.
And we'll try and against the other fullback for a while. Really terrible challenge from the Bristol Rovers captain. I would like a right footer ideally, but we don't have any right footers who are any good at free kicks, so I have to go with Eli Just. That's a really tame effort. Bounces twice before it reaches the goalkeeper. I'm not sure if free kicks are bugged, but I can't seem to generate any kind of power with free kicks. That was 3 bars of power and it bounced twice before it reached the goalkeeper.
Defensively, they've just been too open at times.
See what Eli Just can do, attacking down this left channel now then. He's found some space, he's driving into the penalty area, pulls it back for Jake Dale, but the ball doesn't quite fall to him. And it's cleared by Bristol Rovers. Brandon Anderson's turn to drive into the box now. Jake Dale hits at goal. A fantastic reflex save from the goalkeeper. Good driving run from Brandon Anderson. Did well to pull the ball back and to find his striker. Oh, and a fortunate bounce means he's in again. Pulls it back for Jake Dale once more. Possibly a handball in there. And half-time sees Redmont Rangers 2-1 down away at Bristol Rovers. Not a terrible performance against the League One opposition. Fairly balanced and even first half. And we'll just send the same 11 out again for the second.
Interesting to see how the second half pans out.
Scrappy start to the second half again.
Well, the defenders know they need to get tighter.
Burgess digs out across. Just tries to bring it down
The outcome is a free kick here.
at the back post, and he does, but for some reason the referee has brought it back for a free kick. Not too sure what he's seen there.
Gibbons. Now conceding the throw-in. Good challenge. Jordan Rossiter.
It looks as though the Bristol Rovers defender has switched sides.
Spot on with that tackle.
Actually, no, he hasn't, has he? Great run from Noah Burgess. Can Jake Dale find him? The ball might just hold up, and it's going to. Burgess cuts inside, and that's got to be a foul. I'm not sure how that isn't a foul. Burgess cut inside, beat the defender,
Regain possession.
and the defender's just knocked him off balance as he's running past.
London. Promising attack this.
Well worked from Rangers to find
Couldn't become a
potentially some crossing at space though.
good use of the ball, but can they trouble the defence? Couldn't play that decisive ball. Collins.
Oh, and Dalton's been done by the winger there. Can he get a ball in? He doesn't. He just beats Taylor instead. Pulls it back across, but Hutton blocks. Elliot Willis furious with his defenders. Allowed the Bristol Rovers player into the box far too easily there.
Heading it just over the bar.
Might have to switch up the game plan fairly soon. We are chasing the game. It is a cup tie, so
Anderson.
we do want to go all out to win, obviously. There's no point... that's sloppy. There's no point hanging on and trying to get a draw. Just nicking a goal in the last minute.
Gordon.
Burgess has found a bit of space. The ball does drop to Jake Dale. Can he beat the last defender? He does. I tried to do a fake shot there. I pressed A and I'm pointing away towards the corner flag because that's where I want Jake Dale to step after he fakes it. But doesn't register the input. Maybe I did it too late and instead Jake Dale slashes across the ball. Just saw a little bit of space opening up towards that side though. And Jake Dale, left-footed, would have been in the perfect position to just step across with a fake shot and then strike at goal. Taylor's going to have to come across in cover. Dalton again beaten a bit too easily outside. Hayden Hutton again there to block. And Eli just has some pace and Jake Dale will put a ball in behind for him to chase. Almost manages to beat the Bristol Rovers defender to it. Oh, it's not Sam Ford, it's Noah Burgess. Regardless, it doesn't fall to the Redmont Rangers player in the box. Goalkeeper with a terrible mistake, hitting it straight into the unrushing Redmont Rangers players. Lots of space in down this right hand side. Eli just arriving at the back post and it's in off the post. Just like the Bristol Rovers goal to go ahead. The Redmont Rangers equaliser is in off the post. It's the same end but the opposite post. And the game is 2-2.
Well, here it is again.
Loads of space in behind. Bristol Rovers left back. Really good cross in from Noah Burgess and he finds his opposite number. And a lovely little dive header from Eli Just. I thought it was just going to bounce wide. But instead it clocks the post and goes in. Let's check on substitutions now. So, equalising goal. I imagine it's going to go to extra time if we are tied up to 90. So I maybe don't want to make changes just yet. I do see Eli Just beginning to flag a little bit though. So maybe we'll wait until 70 minutes or so and bring either Lancaster or Gibbs on for Eli Just. And it's possible that we'll make a change in midfield as well. Bring in either Sam Ford or Brandon Anderson off. I'm not sure which player I prefer to substitute though. Great, so familiar with this. We do have options on the bench. We've got Zach Francis if we want to bring Brandon Anderson off. What a ball that is from Burgess and Jake Dale is in. Just going to have to strike across goal with his weaker right foot and he lashes at it fairly wildly. Could have tried to cut it back inside the bench to the left there. But he's going to have good position, so I thought I'd just try and take the chance with Jake Dale. No Samson Savide in this game. He did pick up his 5th yellow card in the previous game. So unavailable for this tie. So we do have Charlie Coates on the bench. So not the best option in terms of strikers. But we do have a lot of options in midfield. Francis, Jamie Ford, if we want to bring Sam Ford off. And we've got 2 wingers as well in Ryan Lancaster and Brett Gibbs. So plenty of attacking options.
Will help the cause.
We have to be careful here, and we are. Eli Just can come away with the ball, can't keep close enough control of it though.
Sinclair. Woods with it. It's with Sinclair.
No foul from Stanley, he's just got to stand him up, which he does. It's a lovely little back heel.
Successful intervention, putting the ball back.
going to lob the ball up for Noah Burgess. I kind of wanted that more in behind the back line there.
James Gibbons. Scott Sinclair. Oh, that's a really stylish piece of running. Samson.
Oh, this could be 3-2, but it's another fantastic block from Aidan Hutton. And let's make some changes here. I know we're defending a corner, but let's bring on Ryan Lancaster on the left, and then I think we will bring. Oh, we don't have Jamie Ford on the bench, and we don't have Charlie Coates either. I forgot we only had the 5 substitutions, or the 5 substitutes rather. So what I might do. No, I don't want to do that. I'm just going to make the one change for now. Forgot we had a few options for the EFL trophy match. But Eli just got his goal, caused problems in behind, and we're hoping the fresh legs of Lancaster can do the same thing. Just got to get rid, which we do. If somebody could go out to meet this player, though, that would be really handy. Good challenge from the Bristol Rovers player.
Ford, an example of how to press.
Sam Ford does well to drive out of the Redmont half. Jake Dale looking for a big diagonal ball, but Bristol Rovers player nicks it away before he's able to deliver.
Gibbons. Can he take them on and beat them? Oh, you don't want to lose the ball in that position. Finley. He's taken on his opponent here. Oh, it's
Good challenge from Taylor, who finally deals with it. No, what a terrible pass from Sam Ford. He just needed to lay it into Lancaster's path there.
Well, nothing comes of it. It looked promising.
Clearance from Stanley, just bounced off the face of the Bristol Rovers player, and they're back on the edge of the box. Stanley does well to recover though. Lancaster comes away with it. Bevan will overlap, we've got some space in behind.
He keeps going. Tossed in there.
Flicks across into the box, but unable to find a Rangers player.
Could be threatening.
Lancaster will do the same. Sam Ford there trying his own diving header.
They survived the attack.
Bristol Rovers defender beats him to it.
It's so tense inside this stadium. But can they find that moment of magic to win this game? The crowd certainly think so. Just listen to them.
Challenge from Lancaster. Bristol Rovers want the ball back immediately. They use their aggressiveness against them. Oh, that's really poor. And again, that's a terrible pass from Brandon Anderson. We're giving the ball away. We're doing well to win it back in our own third, but then giving the ball away again before we're able to get it past the halfway line.
Now they have possession in a good area of the pitch.
Struggling to clear now as well. It's a good block from Taylor. And potentially a chance for Redmont Rangers to finally come away with it.
Good exploiting the space on the wing.
Ryan Lancaster's in acres of space if Dalton can find him, which he does, and he strikes at goal, but he puts it wide.
That'll be a goal kick.
We'll make a couple more changes now. We're approaching the 90th minute. We'll bring Anderson off for Francis. And I think I want to try Gibbs in a more central role in place of Sam Ford. So we'll see what he does in that position. He is a winger, not the paciest though, so potentially his quick feet and good ball control would be well suited in that Sam Ford role. We'll see what he's able to do. Not sure if this is going to go straight to penalties or if we do get extra time here. So, poor touch from Francis is first on the pitch. I probably should have considered whether we are going to go straight to penalties before I made those changes, to be honest. Brett Gibbs has just driven straight into the box, and he doesn't manage to finish. A great reflex save from the goalkeeper, but the shot was too close to him. That should be 3-2. We shouldn't be finding out whether it goes to extra time or straight to penalties. That should be a 3-2 win in normal time.
Locked together then, these two sides, and on we go now to penalty kicks.
Straight to penalties. So I'm glad I kept Jake Dale on. I almost substituted him in the last minute there as well, but there just weren't the options on the bench to bring him off. Brandon Anderson I don't imagine was particularly good at penalties. Sam Ford potentially a little better, but we did bring Brett Gibbs on, who should be decent enough. Can we choose our penalty takers here? Because the last time it went to penalties, I just wasn't allowed to choose. It doesn't look like I am able to choose the order of my penalty takers, which is crazy. There's no team management you can go to, so when I click resume it's just going to go straight into penalties and it would have set the order for me.
And now it is
Yeah,
all about the
I don't like that at all.
And he's beaten the
Oh, Elliot Willis guessed right, but it's a great penalty.
Can he convert?
Ryan Lancaster up first. And he hits the post.
On the spot by the post. And there it
Elliot Willis doesn't guess right this time.
executed.
Jake Dale up next. And he buries his in the bottom corner.
Mental preparation is such a big part of this. And he succeeds.
And they
in
go to the
finding
right hand
bottom
side
corner.
again. And Elliot Willis guesses wrong again. Noah Burgess up now. Another good penalty, in off the post this time.
And he steps
Had me
up
worried for a minute. Finally, Elliot Willis guesses right. And he makes the first save of the penalty shootout. Reece Bevan up now.
And he
Buries it.
He could hardly miss.
It's 3-3.
Remain calm.
And Elliot Willis saves again. So it's
Well, it's
3-3.
quite straightforward.
Joseph Dalton to take the final penalty. And he goes straight down the middle and absolutely leathers it into the roof of the net. So Redmont Rangers with a 4-3 penalty victory over Bristol Rovers make the final of the EFL Trophy.
Let's take another look at it. It's a really good penalty because he goes down the middle.
What a penalty from Joseph Dalton. I thought he'd maybe skied it for a minute, but instead it rockets straight into the roof of the net. Goalkeeper dives. Absolutely no chance. Even if he stood still, it might have just flown through his hands. And Joseph Dalton, the hero for Redmont Rangers. So, promotion in the first season all but guaranteed. And the potential for silverware in the first season as well. As we will play either Portsmouth or I believe it was Oxford United. And it was Portsmouth who defeated Oxford United in the semi-finals to go through
Just a couple of questions
for a Wembley fixture against Redmont Rangers in the EFL Trophy. We held our nerve when it mattered, for sure. Joseph Dalton especially. Elliot Willis with 2 big penalty saves as well. Dalton will get all the accolades, but 2 saves from 5 penalties. Credit to the boys who took the pens. Even the one who missed, who was that Lancaster with the very first penalty hitting the post. How important was it to limit the impact their star man Collins was able to have on the game? Don't really remember who Collins is, to be honest.
No No further question. Thanks.
But Hans Newman clearly very pleased with the victory and to make the final. We get a nice 60k for that as well. Sam Ford is chuffed with all of his first team opportunities, and so is Carter Hodgson, who hasn't played a single game this season. So interesting that he's pleased with the amount of first team chances he's getting. So we'll see if we can keep a clean sheet in this next game. A bunch more scout reports to look at. Lewis Miller looks fairly decent, but he's nowhere quick enough for the kind of player that I want at right back. Nathaniel Atkinson is quicker. Decent dribbling skills. Fairly decent defensive attributes as well. A couple of play styles there. He's 1.2 million. But I think potentially his contract is expiring, so we'll see about him. Dujon Sterling. No play styles. Decently pacey, but not overwhelmingly so. I don't want to pay 1.6 million for him. Ryan Strain, probably the quickest of the bunch that we've looked at so far. Shot power is actually very good for a right back. He's a right wing back as well. His crossing is very good. No play styles, but he does look decent. No play styles and no real attributes to look at or be impressed by there. And there's Stephen Bradley, a winger from Livingston. Decent pace, but nothing overwhelming. Doesn't have particularly good ball control skills. Nothing there particularly impressive. So we do have a match day here against Accrington Stanley. We do have a 1 point advantage on Wrexham, but we have also played a game more than them. So our spot at the top not guaranteed. We will make a few changes for this game. Jamie Ford will come in. Mostly just rotating for the little bit of tiredness that we can see in the 11. And we will give Lancaster a start ahead of Burgess for this one. Let's just sort the bench out as well quickly. So we probably don't need Gibbs and Burgess on the bench. We want a wing back. We want a couple of centre midfielders, a winger and a striker. That striker can now be Tavide. And our other centre midfielder is going to have to be Sam Ford by the looks of it. Do I want to bring in... I'm going to bring in Dorset as well for this game. So let's quick sim this game against Accrington Stanley. Hopefully we can get at least a clean sheet. I don't even care if we draw. If it's a 0-0 draw, I'm absolutely fine with that. And it's a 2-1 win. So, I mean, it's 3 points towards the total, but Wrexham did win as well, and it is another game that we don't have a clean sheet. So there might only be 5 home games left. We've got 1 here against Swindon, 2 against Grimsby, 3 Gillingham, 4 Notts County. So we've actually got 6 home games left. So we can afford 1 more without a clean sheet. I'd rather not though. We've got a scouting report sitting in the inbox for us, so we'll check that out. Any defenders, we're just going to need to sign, and it looks like he can potentially play in defence because we do have... I assume that's not a defender. I assume this guy is a defender. That's a goalkeeper we don't need. And then again, he can potentially play defence. So I don't want any of those 3 players. But I believe those should contribute to... And it hasn't. So I suppose... Although it was listed... So we've... Oh no, we haven't signed one. So they were all midfielders. Okay, so that was a complete waste of time. So we do need 3 defenders in the Youth Academy this season. I thought since they had... defence listed as one of their possible positions, although that's what it looked like anyway. They kind of had the 3 positions all along the length of the pitch really. Oh, it's interesting now that it tells you that they might have play styles. This I believe is part of the updates. This guy's guaranteed to have a play style. We don't know what play style he has. I imagine we'll find that out when we promote him to the first team, but he's guaranteed 1 play style. He could have up to 4. This guy has 0 to 3, so he's probably going to have 0 play styles. Might have 1, might have 2, could even have 3. 1 to 2, 1 to 3, 2 to 3. So Caleb Jones actually has at least 2 play styles. So that's actually fairly interesting, and he looks like a decent player. Not going to bother clearing the players out that I didn't want there, but it's starting to look fairly unlikely that we can do that youth development objective as well. So I'm kind of getting a bit worried about my manager rating. We're going to have maybe, what, 2 more? So we've just got our scout report on the 2nd. Potentially on the 2nd. So we're going to have April 2nd, May 2nd. So we're going to have 2 more, possibly 3 if it gives us June as well, to find 3 defenders. Don't care who the defenders are or what they look like, I just need to hit that objective. So let's rotate this 11 again for the final game that we're going to simulate for this game. Bring Francis in over Anderson for this one. We'll bring Burgess back in. The starting lineup will bring Stanley back in. And we'll bring Bevan back in as well. And I think I will stick with the rest of the 11 there. Still 1 point ahead of Wrexham. Still played 1 additional game. Don't really care about this one. It's Walsall, but it's away. 2-1 victory is good. Jake Dale scores. Sam Ford scores as well. And Wrexham lose. So actually a big couple of results there with a victory for us and a loss for Wrexham. A bunch more scouting reports. I'm not going to go through all those now. I will save those and do those between episodes. So where we will leave it is top of the table. We still have a game played over Wrexham, so they have a game in hand, but we're now 4 points ahead in first place. So guaranteed to stay at the top for the time being at the very least, regardless of what happens in the next lot of fixtures. Wrexham secure in second place there with a 12-point lead over Walsall. Walsall with the final automatic promotion position at the moment, but only 4 points ahead of Stockport. Stockport, Salford, Doncaster and MK Dons round out the playoff places. Those have been really the 4 or 5 teams that have been in contention all season long, really. So we'll leave that episode there. Top of League 2 and with a clash against Portsmouth in the EFL Trophy final now on the calendar as well at the very end of this month. So good place to leave the episode, and we'll look forward to the next one where we can potentially extend that lead and work towards that EFL Trophy final. So until the next episode, take it easy.